morning, Unity on the River. Good morning. Yeah. There's a whole lot of loving going on here. We welcome Sherry Gaudette to sing. Oh, come on in. There's a whole lot of loving.
Come on in, there's a whole lot of love going on. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving. Come on in, there's a whole lot of loving going on. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving. We got the power, we got the grace. Enjoy together, we sing our praise. Come on in, there's a whole lot of healing going on. Come on in, there's a whole lot of healing going on. We got the power, we got the grace. Enjoy together, we sing our praise. Come on in, there's a whole lot of dancing going on. Come on in, there's a whole lot of dancing going on. We got the power, we got the grace. Enjoy together, we sing our praise. Come on in, there's a whole lot of singing going on. Come on in, there's a whole lot of singing going on. We got the power, we got the grace. Enjoy together, we sing our praise. Come on in, there's a whole lot of praying going on. Come on in, there's a whole lot of praying going on. We got the power, we got the grace. Enjoy together, we sing our praise. Come on in, there's a whole lot of love going on. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving. Lot of loving, whole lot of loving.
Sunshine with new words, new Unity words. So watch the PowerPoint because this is all new. You are my sunshine, my always sunshine. Happy when skies are gray. I'll always tell you how much I love you. No one can take our sunshine away. We are one family, one great big family. We hold each other when sorrow comes, and all together face each challenge. All together we are strong. Take it! Sunshine, my only sunshine. Make me happy. Come and one can take our sunshine away. Last verse. Where there is a light that is always shining. It shines as me, it shines as you. It never fades and it never falters. It's always clear and bright and true. You are my sunshine, my always sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I'll always tell you how much I love you. Don't take my sunshine away. Acapella. You are my sunshine, my always sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I'll always tell you how much I love you. No one can take my sunshine away. One more time. You are my sunshine, my always sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I'll always tell you how much I love you. No one can take my sunshine away. No one can. No one can take my sunshine
We're going to sing a very serious song. That just come out of me? Get ready, it's coming. Come on, so we've sung this song before, but we're you'll hear it. Just join in, but it's we're getting a slightly different arrangement of it for you. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning, here and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Oh, get ready, my soul. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. And here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred soul. Oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to sweetest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Oh, get ready, my soul. Oh, get ready, my soul. One more. Oh, get ready, my soul.
So please stay standing. Stay standing. And join the hands next to you, and we will sing our opening, Surely the Presence, for it surely is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Yes, the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power in each and every one of you. You are the living, breathing, loving, dancing, singing expression of God. You are God in action. And we know that when we are God in action, when we are living into our fullest and highest expression of our divine Christ, that we help transform, inspire others to make a positive difference in the world. You are love in action. Say that with me. I am love in action, and so it is.
Good morning, Unity on the River. Good to see you. It's beautiful inside, it's beautiful outside. What a day today. Glad to be here with you. All right, so I'd like to take a moment, I'm on the wrong side, to welcome the streamers who live stream and watch us from home or from anywhere around the country. Hi. So I'm facilitating today for Tama Kieves, our guest speaker. I'll say more about her shortly. And remember, you can also watch our services later if you miss it or want to watch it again. You can do this through Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. There's all kinds of ways. So today we'd also like to welcome anyone who's here celebrating with us for the first time. If you are, could you raise your hand? Because we have some things. Ooh, woohoo! Whoa, keep them up. Lots of people. Keep your hand up. The ushers have a packet. They're bringing around some information for you. Yeah, keep your hands up if you could, please. Whoa, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you all. So they are bringing you a packet and a flower. And inside that packet is more information about Unity on the River. And that flower is a special thing. It gives you 10% off in the bookstore today, and it's right through those doors after service. So thank you for being with us today. We bless you. We thank you for coming, and please know we welcome all paths to God. So Unity on the River is a center of celebration, transformation, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. Please hold these truths in your heart as we say together our mission and vision statement. Our mission: transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. And our vision: awakened to and transformed by love, we are an expanding, compassionate, inclusive beacon of light. Thank you. I have some brief announcements this morning. Did we get everybody? Raising your hands. Did you all get a, if you didn't get a packet or a flower, keep your hand up. All right. It's great to see you all. All right, so I have some brief announcements this morning. First, today the prayer chaplains are hosting a luncheon so you can have something to eat before coming to Tama's workshop. So at lunch, $5 will give you a wonderful lunch. And so join our guest speaker, Tama Kieves, today at noon for her workshop here, Thriving Through Uncertainty. Whether you're in a career transition, divorce, growing your small business or empire, dealing with an illness, or just seeking your next step and brilliant direction in life, this workshop can help you use any uncertainty as a launching pad for joy. And you can sign up in the bookstore for that workshop. In this room. Thank you for asking. All right, next up. I'm going to be facilitating a compassionate communication class, level 2, coming up next Saturday, the 17th at 9. Anyone who's taken any levels with me before, I've only done level 1 here before, so this is my first time offering 2. And that's more for sharing the joys and challenges that have been applying the work that we studied together in your everyday lives, and to practice more deeply empathy and presence for yourself and others. So that's level 2 next week. And our volunteer appreciation, we have a theme, a luau, is coming up Sunday, August 25, after Sunday service. We are looking for a volunteer to bring a grill. We really need a grill so we can have food. See Michael Mooney if you can help us out. We're also looking for volunteers to bring their favorite barbecue side dishes, maybe with a Hawaiian twist. There is a sign-up sheet in the Spiritual Resource Center for the side dish volunteers through those doors. That's it for announcements. Okay, so now's the time in our service where we greet each other in namaste. We greet each other in love with either a handshake or a hug, and we say to each other, I see you, I see your magnificence, I see you, namaste.
So we have a special treat today, as you've already gleaned through the harp playing. We have our beloved and wonderful Lisa Plumley with us. Yes! And we know that we're facing challenging times, aren't we? Where there are a lot of, everywhere we're sending prayers all over this planet. So we're going to wade in the water because there's been some trouble in the water.
Actually, you guys are the special treat for me. So thank you.
dressed in red. God's gonna trouble the water. You know that it must be the children that Moses led. And God's gonna trouble. Come on and wait. You gotta wait. You're gonna wait in the water. Oh, you know the water been in trouble. God's gonna trouble. Well, now who those people? Well, they're dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the water. You know that it must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble. Come on and wait in the water. Wait in the water. God's gonna trouble the world. And God's gonna trouble. Well, now, who those people when they're dressed in blue? God's gonna trouble the world. You know that they must be the children and they're coming through. And God's gonna trouble. Come on and wait in the water. Oh, you know that you gotta wait in the water. Wait, you gotta wait in the water. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. You got to wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait in the water. Oh, you know that we all gotta wait in the water. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. God's gonna trouble the We're all in it together.
Thank you, Lisa. Awesome. Our guest speaker today, Tama Kieves. She started as an honors graduate at Harvard Law School and left the law practice to write and help others create their most extraordinary lives. She's the best-selling author of This Time I Dance, Creating the Work You Love, and Inspired and Unstoppable, Wildly Succeeding in Your Life's Work, and A Year Without Fear, 365 Days of Magnificence. Her most recent book is Thriving Through Uncertainty, Moving Beyond Fear of the Unknown and Making Change Work for You. Featured in USA Today, ABC News, Success Magazine, The Huffington Post, Oprah Radio, and more, she is a sought-after speaker and visionary career success coach who has helped thousands worldwide to discover, launch, and thrive in their life, calling, and businesses of their dreams. She has taught regularly at premier holistic venues such as Esalen, Omega, Kripalu, and Canyon Ranch, and has presented at TEDx. She's also taught A Course in Miracles for almost 30 years. Says Tama, I was put on this earth to champion visionary minds, creative souls, freedom junkies, purpose-driven entrepreneurs and change agents, and anyone who wants to live and work from inspiration instead of fear. Today, she will also have her books available following our service in the bookstore on a special. 3 books for $40, or all 4 of her books for $50, no tax. Please give a warm welcome to Tama Kieves.
I got all danced up before, like I got my workout already. So I want to start by just asking a question. Is it me, or has like life ratcheted up a notch? Right? Like, oh my God. Like everyone you know is going through some major uncertainty, or you're going through some major uncertainty. And it's as though the universe is saying, the grace period is now over, right? That you know you have these gifts, you know you have these dreams, you know you have a source and an answer inside you, and it's time to use it. So, right? Thank you. And I deeply believe that we are living in wild, amazing, inspired times because we are wild, amazing, inspired answers. So if you're going through any kind of uncertainty, what I want you to know is that there's a path already inside you. It's there, but it's about learning how to listen to it moment by moment. So that's what I want to talk to you today about, is what stops us then? Because here's one thing I do know. I do know that for me, it's about getting out of our heads. It's really finally about getting out of our heads and being led. You're laughing over there. So what I want to talk about is what stops us then from listening to that inner voice, that inner genius that we know we have, that connection, that love. What stops us from listening? Because here's what I know. If you are not listening to your own inner voice, your own love, you're listening to somebody else. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to the media? Are you listening to the voice of education, the voice of culture, maybe the voice of a family member? If you're not listening to your soul, who are you listening to? For me, I was listening to my mother. That's who I was listening to. I knew when I was young that I wanted to write. I fell in love with writing. I took creative writing in high school, and I fell in love with it. And the creative writing teacher was gorgeous. So this was a sign. Right? This was clearly a sign, you know? And so I went home to share this fabulous news with my family. I found my calling. I found my dream, right? But I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, to an Orthodox Jewish family. So you know that if you go home to say, I found my calling, I want to be a writer, nobody says Mazel Tov, right? It was more like, oi, you know, oi. Right? So my mother, basically I could have said, I found my calling. I want to sell meth. It would have been the same. It would have been the same thing. I found my calling. I want to sell my body to the night. It would have been the same thing to my mother. You know, prostitution, drugs, and creative people. Y'all living under the same bridge. You're all going to the same bridge, right? And so, my mother said something like, you're going to write? You're going to write? You're going to starve, you're going to write. And that was the go for your dreams talk that I got. That was basically the extent of it, And then my mother, being a reasonable woman, said something like, what, you can't get a job? You'll write on the Sundays. You'll write on the Sundays, right? And many of us got the same advice, didn't we? Maybe different accent, but... We got the same advice, didn't we? Like, don't do what you love. Don't do what moves you. Don't do what's in your soul. Don't do what's speaking to you right now. Stay safe. Be practical. Be reasonable. And what I want you to know is I've been traveling around the country speaking because what I want you to know is that what you sometimes think of as safe is not the safe path, right? It is never, ever safe to deny your inner voice. It is never, ever safe to deny what you and only you know in this lifetime. But I didn't know that then, and so I just did what you're supposed to do, and I went off to law school, and I got accepted to Harvard Law School, right around here, and thank you. And I graduated with honors from Harvard Law School, and I was on partnership track for a major law firm, and as you might imagine, my mother was very proud. Very proud. She bragged in every synagogue for all she was worth. Oh, my little girl, I don't want to tell you. Let me tell you. Again. And maybe you've had a situation like this in your life where you're doing well by other people's standards. So I'm on partnership track, I'm on a major law firm. I moved out to Denver to practice law. And everybody thought, oh my God, she's doing great. And I was feeling empty, and I was feeling scared because it wasn't my right life. It wasn't the life for me. And everybody else says, but it's perfect. And you feel like, what's wrong with me? Why is it not working? And by the way, if you're not doing what you're meant to do on this planet, it's supposed to feel empty. It's supposed to feel scary because we're supposed to do what we're meant to do, right? And so thank God a friend of mine at the time said something amazing to me. He said, think about it. If you've been this successful doing something you don't love, what could you do with what you love? And that made sense to me. That was practical. And I thought, you know what? You get one life. I want to know where this goes. And so I finally just got up my guts and I walked out of that law firm without a plan, without anything, which, by the way, qualifies me to be an expert in uncertainty. And people always think, well, she practiced law, she must have had money, right? That's what people think, right? But not if you're stupid and you're not saving. Unhappiness is very expensive. Just so you know, it's very expensive. There is drinking to be done. There is, therapists. There's healers. It's expensive to be unhappy, So one of the questions I get asked all the time, because I'm a career coach and a success coach, and I work with people, entrepreneurs and visionaries and artists and anybody who will pay me, and I get asked all the time, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get from here to there, Tama. I want to do what I'm supposed to do in my life, but how do I get from A to B to C to D? I don't know how to do it, right? And so what I want you to know is this is not a linear path. This is an inspired path. You're not going to know how to do it. You're not going to know how to live your life in an inspired way because it's inspired. It's going to come moment by moment by moment. So when I wrote my first book, and by the way, my first book, This Time I Dance, took 12 years to write. Yeah, and I know some of you are thinking, I'm not going to her workshop now, I don't got 12 years, I need the teacher with the 3 easy steps, right? But I always tell people, I think it took me 11 years to heal, and 11 years to believe in this path, and 11 years to believe in this God, and 11 years to believe I was worth my life happening, and 11 years to undo all the fear I'd ever known, and 1 year to write a book, right? So if your life is taking time right now, or you feel confused, very often it's because you're doing so much more than you think you are. We're the mavericks in this world. We're undoing fear. We're changing the way that we believe. We're changing the way that we think. That's different. It's not a linear path. Right? And so I teach all my clients this line. I would tattoo it on them if I could, and it's, you can't plan an inspired life. You can't plan an inspired life, right? So again, when I finally finished writing this book, I thought, okay, how do I get it into the world? I don't know anything about publishing. I don't know anything about, commercial publishing and self-publishing. So I'm reading all kinds of stuff, and I asked my inner guidance, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And I keep getting this voice, and it says, just put it in the river. Just put it in the river. Isn't that pretty? What the hell does that mean? Like, have you ever done that where you're asking your guidance for help and you get some dumb answer? Like, what does that mean, right? Like, come on, right? But I knew intuitively it meant, just put the book out there some way, somehow, right? And I knew that meant self-publishing, of just get it out there. If nothing else, inflict it on your clients. Just get it out there some way, somehow, right? But, it wasn't the answer I wanted to hear, because it was like, oh my God, I don't know anything about marketing or distribution, and now I have to put my own money into it. Great. Why do you always get that answer, right? But I figured I'd listened to this voice for 12 years in writing this book, and I thought, I'll follow it. I'm going to dare it. I'm going to follow it. The second that you decide that you will follow your inner voice, the moment you decide that you will trust this all the way, you will meet the most judgmental person. 3 seconds later, they will be there on you. So I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I was in an ex-boyfriend's house at a Passover dinner. And I sat down next to this woman, and she was my mother on steroids. And she's drinking bad wine all night. She's pounding the Dianu wine, you know, she's going for it. And she starts grilling me, right? She's like, so you're gonna publish a book, and you know nothing about marketing, and you know nothing about distribution, and you're putting your own money into this? You're very ambitious, right? Which is code for you're a nut, you know, step away from my kids. And I don't know if you know anything about the Passover ceremony, but it's all about the exodus of the Jews, right? I didn't know I never understood Passover. I never got that ceremony. I got it that night. For the first time in my life, I got that ceremony. I was like, oh, let my people go. I finally understood it. Let my people go. I finally understood it, you know? Because she's grilling me, and you're putting your money into this, and so you're still going to publish that book, huh? Right? And so I think, what do I tell this woman? Do I tell her, oh, no, I have a plan. I'm going to put it in a river. That's my plan. Or do I tell her, oh, don't worry. I've been listening to an inner voice for 12 years. It's very nice. Right? You know how like in rooms like this, we train ourselves to listen to an inner voice, we pride ourselves for it? You talk to somebody normal. Talk to somebody, I dare you, talk to somebody normal and say that. Not so much, right? But I finally got the guts, and I self-published my first book, and I will share with you, it started spreading through word of mouth. It hit the Denver Post bestseller list. It hit the business bestseller list. It just started spreading through word of mouth. And then 4 months after I'd self-published, I got an email that came out of the blue, and it literally said, your fairy godmother has arrived. Your fairy godmother has arrived. Now, if you got an email like that, you would think it was spam, wouldn't you? You know, your fairy godmother has arrived, you know, you're going to open it up, and it's going to be Russian girls are waiting for you. You know, make her happy tonight, you know, I mean, just, you know. But I opened it up, and it was from a vice president of marketing and publicity for Random House. Thank you. Thank you. And she wrote to me because she was in a career transition, and she was searching, and she wrote to me and said, this is the best book I have ever read on finding your calling. I love this book, and I would love to help you get it to a major New York publisher. Which to me was like saying, I want to help you meet God, right? You know, like I was like, okay, I'm in. She got it to the publisher I'd always dreamed of. It was Tarcher, part of Penguin, Random House, whatever. She got it to the president of the company. You know, I would have settled for the mailroom clerk, you know. She got it to the president of the company, and they bought the book. And they bought the book exactly the way that it was, which was amazing. They did not change the title. They did not change the writing. I had to change maybe 10 sentences out of the entire book. I didn't know what I was doing. I printed it in purple because I like purple. You know, they kept the purple, you know, as an unknown writer, I would never have started off where I started off had I taken a conventional linear path. But that's what I mean when I say that you can't plan an inspired life. You don't know how this is going to happen. Whether you're trying to heal an illness, you're trying to do your work, you're trying to help your grandkid, whatever you're trying to do, you have no idea how this can happen. You can't plan an inspired life. And yet, in this moment, there's something you know, moment by moment by moment. Again, how could I know? I'm going to have a meltdown for 12 years. At the end of 12 years, I'm going to meet this woman who's going to publish the book, and that's my business plan. That was my business plan, right? What bank is going to go, sounds good to us, Ms. Kieves, we'll sign up on that, right? So I used to always end my talks with that particular story because it's such a great story. It's such a good example of trusting this. But I want to talk a little bit more about thriving through uncertainty. Because we all think that, oh, well, once the book deal comes in, then everything will be okay. Once that check comes in, everything will be okay. Once I get that job, it'll all be all right. Once I leave that job, it'll all be all right. Once I meet the love of my life, oh man, then everything's going to be okay. If I could just get that love of my life out of my house, then it's going to all be okay, right? Right? So we're always putting off our happiness and our well-being to some other time, to sometime later. Thriving is about thriving in this moment here and now. The spiritual life is in the present. It is not in the future. It is in the present moment. So I have a section in my new book, Thriving Through Uncertainty, about a video game. And it's an analogy I use because some of you may have had the experience or may be having the experience now where you hit an issue and you think, I can't believe I'm here again. Like, how is this possible? How am I dealing with this thing again? Have I not done enough therapy about this one issue? My God. Anybody feel like that? Like you just go, yeah, thank God. I start thinking, oh my God, it's just me. Really is just me. But the way that I analogize it is I analogize it to the video game where if you win at a certain level, you go to the next level. And at the next level, the enemies are harder now. Right? The enemies are harder. The same rules don't apply. It's tough again because you're expanding and you're learning learning the same thing again and again and again. Because the spiritual life is always, will you choose love now? Will you trust again? Now in this circumstance, can you trust this? Now in this circumstance, can you trust this? That's what the spiritual life is. It's always that. Right? So I'm going to give you an example of that. When my second book came out, my second book is called Inspired and Unstoppable. Before it came out, behind the scenes, I wanted to get everything right. Do you ever do that where you just think like, this time I'm going to make up for every mistake I've ever made in my life ever, right? Always a recipe for disaster. But I thought, I'm going to get it right this time. And so I had all these plans and dreams of what we were going to do for a book launch. And behind the scenes, before it came out, everything started going wrong. Everything started going wrong. The assistant I had went haywire, and we started missing deadlines, and we started missing things. Then my partner got really, really ill, and that took up all our emotional energy and our time. And so all the things I thought I was going to do, that I was going to get it right this time, just went out the window. And so we're missing opportunities and deadlines, and I'm starting to freak out. And if you met me at a party, I'm like, which is very attractive. Very, very attractive, especially in a self-help author, right? Especially in a self-help author who is about to put out a book called Inspired and Unstoppable. Right? Yeah, so not good. Not a good thing. So my friend at the time said, you are nuts. You need to go see this healer. You need to go see this healer. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go see the healer, right? So I don't know anything about this. So I am driving up to the mountains to go see this healer. I don't know because I'm nuts, right? So I'm driving up the mountains, and I go to her, and the healer is in a yurt. In a yurt. Okay, I'm from New York City. I don't know from yurts. A yurt, by the way, is like a round tent, right? So I'm like, okay, what's this, right? So I walk into the yurt, and she's very sweet, and she's in a really healer's voice, and she's like, what would you like to heal? What would you like to shift? Right? I'm crazy at this moment, right? So I'm like, I want to shift this and this and this and this, And I'm sure that poor woman thought, oh my God, there is not enough sage on the planet. There is no way I am cleansing this energy. Like, I'm going to have to move now. So she grabs me, and she says, okay, we're going to do this ritual. And she takes me, there's a stream on her property, and she takes me to this stream, and she has me stand in the center of the stream. And she has me look down, and the water's rushing and rushing and rushing. And she says, See that leaf? See that thing go by? See this thing go by? See that splash? That's an opportunity you missed. That's the deadline you missed. That's the thing you didn't get to. Remember that creative idea you had that you were going to do? Whoop, gone. Oh, wow, someone's making $1 million down over there. I'm like, what? You know? And so I'm feeling like worse and worse, and I'm thinking, and this is healing, you know, like and so it's rushing and rushing, and she's like, what are you feeling right now? And I'm just feeling like terrified, and I'm feeling like, oh my God, all the opportunities I should have done, I could have done, I would have done. And I realized I'm feeling out of control. And what I finally got was, I'm out of control. I don't have control. And I finally had this moment of incredible self-mercy about sometimes in life, it's not in your control. And sometimes all you're doing is the best that you can do in that moment. I was just doing whatever I could do in that moment. And so then she had me turn and face the stream coming this way, and it was rushing at me and rushing at me and rushing at me. And she said, this is life, and it is giving you more opportunities and new gifts and new chances and new peoples and new situations. Do you ever think it's going to stop coming and giving and giving? And it was this miracle for me because I realized that, like, oh my God, it's not the past that creates the future. It's not our past that creates our future. It's the present moment that creates our future, right? But most of us in our present moment are shut down because we're disappointed. Something didn't happen the way we thought in the past, or we thought we should have done something, could have done something, would have done. We're so busy beating ourselves up that we're not present for what's coming and coming and coming, right? For me, the spiritual life, or the life of thriving through uncertainty, is being in this moment and being willing to choose again. Can we choose in this moment to give ourselves a new chance, to be available, to start over, to begin all again as a community? That's really what this life is about. Can we give ourselves a whole new beginning? Because God is always beginning, and that love is always beginning, and that infinite potential is always beginning, but we keep shutting down. Right? So I want to read to you something quickly. It's from my new book, Thriving Through Uncertainty, and it talks a little bit about that video game analogy. But it also references a concept in A Course in Miracles that says, who you think you are is a belief to be undone. And what that means is the part of you that thinks, yeah, but I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have the right education, you know, there's no cure for the illness I have, there's no cure for the husband I have, you know, just like, you know, blah, 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 right? You know, again, you know, the part of us that has all these different beliefs, who you think you are is a belief to be undone. Because who you really are is this infinite light that can do anything at any time. Right? So I'm just going to read this to you quickly. We have the same mother? I'm so sorry. No. Mazel tov. They make good for good jokes, though, don't they? Okay. And by the way, if my mother were here, she would have said, I never said that. Her father said that. I took her to one and only talk. A Course in Miracles teaches that who you think you are is a belief to be undone. You think you can be stopped. You think you can be diminished. You think you can fail. But that's the game. You can never lose. You already have everything you need. You have this crazy alchemical love within you, and it's yours to give in any situation, which changes every situation and even changes you as you give it. You do not walk alone. Will you choose to listen to the disconnected, smallest version of yourself or the highest allegiance of your spirit? You have a choice. Choose love. Choose again. Choose now. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to close, thank you. I just want to close with my favorite quote. It's attributed to Jesus from the Gnostics, and it says, if you bring forth that which is within you, that which is within you will save you. If you do not bring forth that which is within you, that which is within you will destroy you. It's a little gift of guilt from my people. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. 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 Thank all of us. Thank you. I'm going to thank you so much. I'm going to say a quick word about the workshop now that you're all coming. No. I just want to quickly say something about the workshop. Please do join me. I know that there's a lunch here also, so you don't even have to leave. They're going to feed you. You're going to pay them, but it actually helps a great cause, and so please join us if you can. As far as I'm concerned with the workshop, you can come late if you need to come late. You can leave early if you need to leave early. I am fine with that. I would love you to have some of this amazing energy because there's stuff that happens in these workshops that I can't do any other way, that none of us can. Like, we need each other. We need that energy. We need that support. We need that love. And so what we're going to do in the workshop, it's going to be very experiential. You're going to meet some really great people. And really, it's going to be about, we're going to undo any fear that's going on. Any fear, any unclarity, anything that's going on, because I know you have this genius and this love and this answer and this conviction in you right now for whatever it is you want to do, whoever it is you want to be, and I want to see you do that, right? So you know how I said before, you can't plan an inspired life? So I know some of you are going to go, oh, but I have plans. And so, not anymore. Because you can't plan an inspired life. Of course, I can plan your inspired life. So I do hope you join me if you can. And please tell your friends. Please tell some friends and get them here. So I'm here for today only. Also doing some private coaching sessions, also some discounted coaching sessions if you're interested. And finally, I just want to mention, please join me at our table. We're in the bookstore. We'll be selling and signing books. But also, I would love to have you on my mailing list because I send out a newsletter that comes out once a month. And we send out digital fortune cookies also that come out with, to keep you inspired, to keep you ignited. I know some of you are already on my list or my tribe, and it's amazing. We are creating a global family of those of us who are living in inspiration instead of fear. And we need that support. And places like Unity on the River are so part of that. The centers in this world that are doing this, that are dedicated to creating inspiration instead of fear, please support them. Please support the centers of love and communities that are doing this in the world that we live in right now. I deeply believe it's places like this and people like us that are the answer. So thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to need a chair. I'm going to do can I get that stool? I'm going to lead us in the meditation. So thank you. So we're going to do a brief meditation to kind of take this deeper and to take this in. So your job is just to breathe. And there's nothing you need to do. And perhaps you're going to take in the deepest breath that you have breathed all day. If it helps you at all, you might place your hand on your heart or any other gesture that is comforting, that is connecting. And you're remembering in this moment, this is my moment. Together we are here co-creating a safe and sacred space. But you are here creating that safe and sacred space for yourself. And so as I breathe in, I begin to remind myself, there's nothing I need to do. My mind may wander, and that's fine. It's all fine.
My mind may shift around, but my heart knows. And I am breathing in and breathing out. There's nothing I need to do. There's no particular way I need to be. This is my moment of connecting with my deepest inspired self. I'm inviting in the presence. I'm inviting in the presence. I'm beginning again. Spirit, I'm willing to begin again. I'm willing to begin again and again and again. I'm willing to open up to the magnificence in me. I'm willing to stop efforting and struggling and trying and defending and working it. And I'm willing, Spirit, to be available, to receive with each breath. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. And if I can't let go, I know you'll help me. And as I breathe in for myself and for every precious, amazing soul in this room, and every breath, beautiful soul everywhere, every soul on the live stream, every soul everywhere. We're breathing together. And just for a moment more, reminding myself, I am loved. I am loved. Even if I don't believe it, I am loved. I'm guided. There is a magnificence, an infinite magnificence within me. Spirit, I'm willing. I'm willing to begin now, to open, to receive. And just in this moment, allowing whatever wants to come to you. As we spend this moment asking, what would you have me know? And perhaps a word comes, perhaps a feeling, perhaps an image. Perhaps it comes now. It may come later. It always comes. What would you have me know? And if you will, just spending one moment more, sending a thought of love to everyone here. We hold each other in strength, in infinite potential. Something new is happening because we have spent this time. Some new portal, some new awakening is now happening, and we are becoming available. So when you feel ready, and in your own right time, just begin to allow your mind to return to your new life and your new day when you feel ready.
the stillness there's a knowing. In the presence of divine love, I am loved. I am loved. Shemaya, 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 Shemaya. In the silence I should go. The stillness there's a knowing. In the presence of divine love, I am loved. I am loved. Shemaya, 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 Shemaya. In the silence I shall go. In the stillness there's a knowing. In the presence of divine love, I am loved. I am loved. Shemaya, Shemaya,
Prayer box. I invite you, if there's anyone you'd like to hold in prayer, to say their names out loud to yourself at this time. And all these names, all these souls, all these lights, we see the divine essence, knowing that whatever struggles, pain, ill health, or uncertainty that they are going through, we see the full potential in the infinite divine essence that is their true essence, their true divinity. We hold that truth for them as they move past, move through these times, knowing that all is in divine order, and we see and say amen, and so it is. Thank you.
That was pretty awesome, do you think? Thank you, Tama. Thank you. Her workshop starts at noon in here. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the beautiful souls who volunteer as prayer chaplains here at Unity on the River. Please rise if you are able. Our prayer chaplains. They are here to hold your prayers and intentions after service, so you can sit with one of them, and they will hold those concerns you have. Might be a happiness, might not be, in the strictest of confidence. Thank you. Also, if you are in need, we have home and hospital prayer chaplains that will do home visits for recuperation or hospital stays. Please see one of the home and hospital prayer chaplains or call the office. Are you here today, Nancy and Catherine? Yes, so see them. Thank you. You can also submit your prayer request in the prayer box located in the back of the room. And Unity on the River now has a dedicated line that will take prayer requests as well. Our prayer team and Silent Unity will pray over your request. And now is the time in our service when we prepare our tithes and offerings. Let's hold them and breathe in our energy of abundance as we say our affirmation. Love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Also, we do have a couple of more announcements here. Sunday, August 18, will be our Ask the Minister service. Question forms are in your bulletin today, online, and in the Spiritual Resource Center. And Dr. Raymond Anderson will be coming back to see us on Sunday, August 25th, as our guest speaker.
We accept these gifts in gratitude and love, knowing that they have been giving with gratitude and love, given openly and freely to help support this ministry, and allowing us to have great speakers like Tama Kieves and others, knowing that these gifts also go out as we pay forward to our local community, and a portion going to the worldwide ministry of unity. And we are so grateful. Thank you.
It takes so many people who give of their time to help with Sunday service. Thank you all who do sacred service. This week's angels: Lucia, Carl, Phyllis, Joan, Cynthia, Lacey, Jane, Rena, David, and Michael. Our teams, please stand. Hospitality team, folding team, greeting team, and usher team, thank you so much for your service. Our board members, if you are here, would you please stand as well? Thank you so much for your service. Also, we have service on Wednesday evenings. Thank you to all who helped make that happen. Please join us this week, the 14th at 7 p.m. Somebody service this week will be led by Manny Muros. And now is our closing big song, Love and Trust.
Love and Trust.
and trust. Hi, Keith.
The simplest things can be the hardest to do. Can't find what you're looking for when it's looking for you. The judge and the criminal, sinner and the priest, got something in common. Bring them all to their knees. Do what you can, do what you must. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. I walk the line, I walk it for us. See me out here trying to find some love and trust. Well, lust ain't an offender, we're stealing from a thief. Storm after storm will leave you shaking like a leaf. They say broken hearts will make the world go round. They heartache for heartache, wanna get you down. Give it some time, don't try and rush. When you're out here trying to find some love and trust. Do what you can, might not be enough. When you're trying to find some love and trust. Keep. Like a horse in a race who don't want to run, like an executioner who won't fire his gun, just like a boxer who won't take a swing, just like a prince who don't want to be king. Haven't we all suffered enough? Now we're out here trying to find some love and trust. Do what you can, do what you must. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. Everybody's trying to find love and trust. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust.
Yes. Thank you, music team. I don't see the door open. Are they ready?
Oh, they're not coming in?
They're not. Okay, well, I'm done. Then so let's rise and sing our peace song.
light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.